Hi everybody, welcome today and happy new year, happy 2023. I hope you are okay, and if not, I hope that all challenge that you are driving now it will be end sooner and you get the lesson so you can continue your path, right? Today we are going to talk about our plan of life and why it is important to know it and how we can connect with it, right? So if you know, since we are born, before we come to the earth, we have a plan to live in this life, and it is a program that we have that we need to pass in order to live the experience of life. And this plan could be adapted to the family plan or according to our owner plan. We have both. One with a family that we arrive to this earth because we select them because they will be our teachers in some situations, and that situation will give us the tools to continue our life in this earth. And the other plan, it is our personal plan of life, that it will be the activities that we most enjoy to release, and that will be give us a lot of benefits and blessings when we live them. So in order to know if we are doing the things according to our plan, we need to check first what is our role in our family tree. And for this you can check if you are repeating the life of some um, parent or some member of family that it is, and then it is not concluded that activity before and you are living. For example, if in your life and your family plan was a lawyer, and that lawyer does not enough does not conclude the process of helping people, right? And maybe you in this chance in this life, as member of family, you continue the process of helping people through the law, as lawyer that you decide to study that, or the life put you in this process and you start to process it and start practicing, but maybe you are not really overwhelmed or really comfort with that activity, but it is successful for your family. So in that case, you can see that that activity is part of the plan of family but not your own plan. And to check out what is according with your own plan are those activities that give you more energy, give you more attitude to live them, and they give you abundance and results back to you. I mean that they give you prosperity in how do you feel doing that activity, economical benefits back, and also and successful to live that process. And that could be some examples that people that you say he comes to life to be a teacher of jazz, for example, because that person it is excellent on jazz process and also to teaching to others, right? So you say that that is the goal of that person, and it is why they come to this life and live this planet the earth. But also you can see what all others activities you enjoy too much, and you say that you cannot live without them, and it is impossible that you let them out. And also there's activities that you don't want to live but they are constantly appears in your life, right? Those ones that will be the challenge that you need to conquer and pass in order to continue your experience of life here. And and tell to the origin that you already learned the lesson from them, because from those activities you get the tools, you get some benefits when you understand why you are passing them, where you need to leave them, and understand the proposal to leave them. So that is important, and it is important to look at this planning life, because sometimes we enter in a cycle process when we just live, like get up, go to the work, or go to the study, then return to the house and do some activity and go to sleep. And this is the cycle, continually acting and move on under that range, right? But you don't see the process to move on to other processes. So it is important to, as I mentioned, it is important to be aware what is our path life, our plan, because in order to successful in that process and to be more connected with the origin, we need to know what is the step that we are now. As I mentioned, we have two kinds of plans, one with family that we arrive in this earth, and the other was our personal path. Um, in easy form to look what is that plan, you can write a list of the things that you like to do, and the ones that are give you prosperity when you practice it. I mean prosperity, like that you feel really good with that, that you get some benefit, as economical benefit back, some money back maybe, or maybe you get a service back from someone when you do that practice, maybe an interchange between activities, right? It's someone that you maybe give them a favor or do that activity that you like it so much, and in return that person give you another facility or give you another support back. So those activities are the ones that are part of your path of life, but there will be some ones that you don't like to live but constantly appears. So those ones are the challenge that you need to pass through, and also to learn from them, so you can get the tools and also the benefits to pass them. So sometimes we need to open more our eyes and ears to be aware of the signals of the life that tell us that we need to pass that process. uh, because if we do not put attention in that and we just leave it as it, the um, next time the challenge arrive, it will be in a bigger presentation for us, and maybe we are not like too much how it's present, because we'll feel some pressure or will be more uncomfortable to live that process. But the continually the life is pushing you. Maybe, for example, if you are in a role on you are practicing your leadership, right, with your partners, but you have troubles to communicate with them correctly, and sometimes you end do all the job in order to continue the next activity, but that it will be unhelpful to you, because it constantly drain your energy for the extra effort that you put on, instead to request help to others. So maybe the lesson there it is to start to request help for others members of the team, or start to delegate some activities and be true in the process. Do not have that over control in that activities, and be true that they have the knowledge to do it, and if not, it is something that they need to learn, because in the future they need to continue with that activity, right? Because you are not a superwoman or superman for do everything for everybody. So maybe that is the lesson, but maybe you constantly reject it, and constantly do not put that confidence in others, and you get all the jobs. So maybe you are overworked, and maybe you have start to present more stress, and maybe your health start to down, and you feel that your energy is down all the time because you put extra energy that to that activity that maybe it is not your responsibility, but you don't be the strongest as you think because you are not releasing that activity to others. You continue keeping it for you, right? But what happened when you release it? At the first time, you maybe are scared that they cannot be able to conclude that activity, or maybe you are so nervous that you start to pushing them too much, and they start to reject your help or reject your 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 form to track that process, right? Maybe they put you a limit because you are not respecting that process with them, right? So that is that over control. It tells us that we are not getting the lesson, and we are not learning about the situation, right? And we are pushing from the other side, and maybe we are getting more troubles and more problems. That the beginning of the challenge. So we need to be more aware and more open to catch the signals to see what is the next step and leave the next step open in order the others can do it. We need to understand that we are not able to do everything because maybe we just focus on some portions of the activity, right? um, Maybe sometimes we are going to be students, and other times we are going to be teachers for members and the things that and the persons that are around to us. And that is when you can confirm that it is something that you need to live, and it is part of your plan of life. Another things it is that when you end the list of the things that you like and you don't like, maybe you find some things that are not good enough to continue with those activities. So maybe those activities were so blessing for the family tree activities, but now in your plan are not as good as you needed, right? So you maybe stop to do it, and give the opportunity others to take the lesson and continue the activities that are needed for the tree. So imagine that you start to see your plan and see that all the activities, or most of them, are just enough for the family tree, but not for your um, own development, right? On your own growth. So it's time to see what the other activities you can start to stop, releasing it, and give the opportunity to other family members to continue, and you start put more focus on your plan. And don't be mad or with bad feelings about to move on your own path instead to continue with the path of family tree, because we in this life we come to live as our individual path, and maybe help to the path of the family, but not as reverse. We always put us as first, as the first of the who needs the action, and after it we have time, we have energy that we can share to others, well, we can help them. But if not, it is okay. It is okay. So it is important that you start to focus on your own plan, and maybe will you get some rejection for your family, some discussions about that you maybe you know you are not correct, or that is the old form that you act it was the correct, and the new one they don't like it because you are moving on your own plan. But at the end they will accept it, and also maybe they enjoy and join with you to do the new path of your life. So you need to be more patient and believe in the process, and be sure that if you need to leave this situation, it is because it's coming something better after that process, that if you don't leave it right. Mm, we just can select how to live it, if we want to live it from the path that is showing us easy one, or to the path that is more challenging for us, that will give us maybe better results and longer benefits, but it is really uncomfortable to pass from it, and it is maybe really challenging for us because we're moving from our comfort zone to uncertainty, and we are not really sure what will be happen, what will be the next step. But when you feel that you are in that process, you can request help from your angels or your guidance guys, so they can start to show you some signals to see what is the next step, right? And you can see the new path, the new process, and choose if you want to do it through the signal that they show you, or you can wait for the next signal, right? But that is uh, the only options that we have to leave this path. And when we are more conscious about what is our plan life, it will be easy to start working in that, focusing that, and start see the growing in that process. In the time that we are not looking for it and we don't see it, maybe we feel really uh, how can I say, really unfocused, and maybe we feel that it is not any route that we can travel, right? And we are maybe in a batch, and cannot move on from it, that we constantly continue repeating the cycle and reply the cycle every time, but we don't see the benefit to reply it. Just leave it the same day as the same day every day, and maybe you are getting more disconnected with this pattern in life, that be in the road, to be more aware of what is your proposal in this life, what is the goal that you select to live in this plan, in this process, and how you are living, right? So that is the message for today, to be more in contact with our plan life, and it is important in order we continue growing in this process and do not feel um, stopped in that plan of life. And also, if you have questions about the reality what is come, you can contact me through the social media. I appear like Miriam Catalina on Facebook and YouTube, and as Miriam Catalina 157 on Instagram and TikTok. And also, if you need help about to some closing process, I can help you also with that process too, so we can be in touch to see that. And if you have other question about how to recognize your own plan in life, also I can give you that the support too, and you can contact me also for those videos. And we have now the message from the angels for this week, so please start to think your question, and we can see what they tell us for this week that we can get it as message. So let me move on the cards, and you maybe in this process start to think what is going to be asked to them, right? Yes. Okay. We have two cards. The first one it is uh, active meditation. So they invite us to continue the practice of meditation. They also invite us to have more contact with nature and get the message from them, and also get the message to connect with the angels and choose the path, choose the peace in this moment, and um, forget about the chaos around us. Maybe we think that there is a lot of problems around us, but it is just that we are not focusing our own path, that maybe are we some distracted from other things around us. But if we are going to focus in our process, the chaos around to us will be reduce the sound, right? And we can move on. And then also the other card it is get a surprise, and also they tell you that you can leave the control of this situation in the hands of the divine. So you don't need to do more, just leave to them. Whatever that you believe, I believe in the original, so I can say that I leave the situation that is being more uncomfortable, difficult, or it is challenging for me, and tell to the origin that the situation it is happening, so the origin can do the changes needed in order I can see what is the proposal and what I need to learn or whatever I need to pass, but after I report it, right? Also, needed they tell us that maybe we are do not see it as long or after our expectations. Maybe we think that the solution should be as one form, and we expect that resolution of the situation arrives as we think, but maybe the solution is arriving in another form, but as we are just having the control and to not see more and just focusing one point on this process, maybe we don't see that answer for our question or the path to pass this challenge. It is in front of us, right? So we need to open our minds, and also they tell us that is a better plan in front, so they tell us that it is okay to do a change. So what is that situation that maybe you are stopping the process because that change that is need to do, you think that it is not valuable for do it, maybe to change for past to drink soda to drink more water, could be the one, right? Or maybe to buy some new tennis shoes in order to go to run in the park, right? Or start to see our agenda to see at what time we have an opportunity to do the new activity that I want to do. Maybe I put a lot of stoppers in front in order to know that advance in that process, but it is as easy as I accept that change, right? And also they tell us that it is a surprise arriving in our lives, so that will give us a different um, different road to go. So be aware of that surprise that is coming, right? Maybe a new notice from someone that is arriving in our life, a change in our company, or maybe opportunity that we can travel to other country, or maybe a free class for some activity that we like. So maybe that is the first step for a new road, but we need to open our eyes, our ears, our mind to be more in contact with our reality and get those benefits right for us. And that's all for this week, and we see another video. Bye bye.